Mustang, they now have a Minitel system where most every home has a telephone which is computerized, a little screen, and people are going crazy doing networking, these computer networks, and being very French. About 40% of all of the telephone bills and all the computer time that's racked up is in, they call it message rose, sex messages. So the French are a little ahead of us in this computer thing, and in the philosophy too. The French semiotic people like Marcel Foucault, have taught me something very interesting. They say, never mind about politics or economics or religion, it's language that controls society, controls the individual. And who controls the language controls everything. Parents control the language, therefore they control the kids. The literate, educated control the illiterate, the uneducated. The rich have the language, they can control the poor. Those that have access to television, radio, printing presses. If you control the language and the technology of the language, you control the minds. Makes a lot of sense. That's the downside. The good side is that if you can learn how to use the knowledge technology, the language technology, then rock and roll was a new language. Amplified sound was a new language. And of course we owe it to Jobs and Wozniak and the Silicon Valley people. The personal computer allows you to do exactly what these French philosophers say we got to do. Control your own screen. Now here, everyone's sitting there watching 7 hours a day screens and going off to movies, MGM, ABC. Oh, come on. They're controlling our minds. The solution is not to turn it off, because then you've given them the Einsteinian quantum physical power. We've got to learn how to change the screens. And that's where personal computers come. That's where new software comes. And unless you can control what's on the screens in your own TV, in your own home, okay, then you're going to have, see, within 2 or 3 or 4 years, compact discs. Interactive compact discs, where you can store dozens of films or videotapes, or rather the news. Throw in your X-rated home movie you made last night. You're going to have all this digitized sound in your CD library, where you can make your own news. You can make your own 10 best items of the week. You are the director, the producer, the editor of your own screens, and that's just obvious and logical to me. As when Gutenberg produced a book, then we, the human individuals, could write, which was illegal under feudalism. The same thing is happening. So the real message that I get from the 20th century is learn how to be cyber hip, cybernetic, learn how to deal with electrons, and of course the keyboard's finished. We owe it to the Macintosh and those guys at Xerox PARC. To get rid of that Phoenician alphabet keyboard using gloves and mice and joysticks and so forth. Literacy, my friends, is the oppressive chains of the educated middle class. Literacy, you've got to get away from those books and controlled by the printing press and the highfalutin intellectual. I've written enough books to destroy several forests of trees in Canada. I'll plead guilty, but yet. And by the way, when you learn how to move electrons around on screens and move and store compact disc stuff, you can still read, still curl up on the beach and read, and to your heart's desire. You're not giving anything up. You're adding a tremendous dimension to your mind and your skill. Okay, now, boys and girls, is that a locker room pep talk or what? Okay. Turn these spots out, okay? Turn the spots out, please. There we go. Yeah, and put the house out. More house lights. Yeah! I want to see what suspects we've rounded up tonight. Oh, this is a rowdy group. Oh, my God. Cybernetic outlaws. Wall to wall.